What's up, photo riders? Hopefully you guys are doing okay in this quarantine. I know I'm doing all right. I wanted to talk to you about one of the ways that we can lower our expenses, our overhead expenses. So one of the ways that you can save money is by doing your own maintenance. And today I will talk to you about how to switch the headlamp of your Royal Enfield Bullet 500. I'm sure that this will work with older motorcycles as well. I'll talk to you about the things that I did. How is it that I came about to the actual solution, and present to you the tips and tricks for you guys to not commit the same mistakes that I did, thus you guys can save money. Stay tuned. So, expenses that come about making money. So when you have to make it to work, you have to spend money. And most people, well, they say that 30 minutes or more is sort of like the limit. Afterwards, the amount of time that you spend in commute translates to just more stresses. So, first things first, try to live close to your place of work, right? That's actually one of the ways that you can save the most money. If you can walk to work, you are golden, right? Like, try to get a job close to where you live, more important thing. But if you can't, then that's where the motorcycle comes in. But overall, let's just round it off to 70 miles per week that I'm driving. 70 miles per week, guys. So this motorcycle gives me 125 miles per gallon. So in 1 gallon, which is about 3 hours to fill, I do 2 weeks worth of travel. On $3 I do 1 week worth of travel to and from work. If you have a trucker, I mean, maybe you like trucks, maybe you're one of those dudes, you have a race, you know? Tiny penis. No, I'm sorry. Not playing. If you guys have a truck, good for you, respect. But, you know, a truck, I don't know how much those things are spending on gas. It's like, it must be insane. An electric car. Again, not a fan of cars because they're so expensive. Electric cars are like $40,000. This motorcycle cost me $3,000. You look up at that and look. Alright, so yes, 2 points for motorcycles, 0 points for electric cars. So those are my 2 top ways to save money on your traveling expenses. Let's say you don't want to go that fast, but you still live within 30 miles of your, not 30 miles, 10 miles of your job. Get a bike, guys. It's the next best thing after this. I think getting a bike is an upgrade when it comes down to transportation. You spend no money and it's good exercise, so you can even cut money on the gym. So those are my 3 ways in which I save money on my travel, guys. After this, I'm going to talk to you as to how is it that we're going to switch this little headlight, huh? Peace! So these are the items that we're going to need in order to do the work today. We're going to need a basically generic electrician's tape, because, you know, if we do find the short, what I've researched on YouTube is that it may be happening from a short contact of 2 wires. So to isolate the wires, we're going to need, of course, fuses. $3 right there. You know, good old tools. My motorcycle happens to come with its own package of tools, which is awesome. Most motorcycles do. So everything I'm going to need is in there. I'm probably going to be using like a Phillips screw head, or maybe tweezers. So the Royal Enfield has a screw here which I've lost. Awesome. Less to undo. I have to fix that. So now we're going to go on a fast lapse to move this along. Essentially, I will be taking apart the headlamp of the Royal Enfield Bullet 500 in order to expose the guts of the headlamp. One thing I did not foresee when I switched to this H4 EC mount was that it gave me a 55 watt H4 halogen bulb, which is just a lot, and I figured out that this was why my fuse kept on blowing. So after I found the issue with the short circuit, I isolated the short circuit and basically taped it with electrical tape, and that's what I'm doing here. Once I finished with that, I still kept on getting a blown fuse, so I did a lot more research and found out that I needed to either upgrade the fuse to a higher fuse, or just make do with the 35 halogen, which was really dim, or I could retrofit a LED
30-watt LED, which is essentially what I did. After I finished here, I went and got a 30-watt LED, and I also got higher fuses, and that seemed to have solved the issue. So now we'll put all of this back together. Here we go.
And the fuse boxes. Now this is the 2007 model, so it may be somewhere else. The fuse box is this one. Let's look at it right there. I'll pull that out. And you see I'm missing some little fuses. So if you look here, on the side there, that's a diagram. 15A is the main one. Now it's inverted. Okay, you should be doing this like that, but I'm not trying to bend my wires like all that much, so I'm just gonna leave it how it naturally came.
So after fiddling with the H4 bulb, I decided to just get the retrograded LED. Now this is a 30-watt LED, which is about 5 watt less than the actual stock bulb that comes with the motorcycle, the Royal Enfield Bullet 500. So it is a little bit less. I didn't have to do much work on the electrical side because of it. One thing I did also have to do is I did have to increase the fuse from a 10 amp to a 15 amp, and that seems to have solved all the issues. I haven't had any issues with the battery. Today is the 3rd day I'm running my motorcycle, and I'm happy to say that it worked. Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned through the whole entirety of the video. It was a pleasure talking to you today, and hopefully you found the information I posted on this video useful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, it's always appreciated. And stay tuned for more. Peace!
Yeah.